Nice.
That
was deliberate.
That was the worst one. Yeah.
You guys got a gold banana sticker. That was awesome.
Fantastic.
Hey, gold banana sticker.
First
Yeah,
of many, I hope.
We tried to line it up. It never does because of the lag, but it's a cool thing to try and do.
I was dangerously close to
works.
competent, even if it was slow. So
Dangerously close.
I'm a little perturbed by that. I was not expecting to do something right today, and then because that incurs some responsibility down the line that I might actually be competent enough. And then people have expectations, and then I don't know what to do with that.
So, Alex and Caitlin, thanks for joining the show here. And for the people that are viewing at home here, why don't you just give a little background and help educate us as well on what the inspiration is behind the creation of DROSS? Did you both meet as developers, or were you already together and decided to start the project? What's the background on DROSS?
Well, first off, I like a lot of Warhammer. First off, I haven't made a good game for Warhammer in a very long time. And this is, not recently. It's obviously dust changed, finally. But it's like that. Absolutely. And I also played a lot of Left 4 Dead. This is all growing up and all that such. I played a lot of, early 2000s of first-person shooters and all that. But the worst part about them is they always had, an end to them. So I am looking to make a good infinite level roguelike first-person shooter where you can't just memorize where everything is.
Yeah.
Oh, here. Sorry, I'm just taking the mic. And we were. I knew he was working on this when we started dating, and beforehand he would send me screenshots of it and such. And after some time of being married and learning about all this such, I decided I wanted to get involved and kind of help him out with his dream.
Yeah.
And it's been really cool to be a part of it. I really like the way he lights up talking about all this such, and it's been really cool. It's been really cool.
Well, it's nice when people work together on things when they're a couple. You're actually the third development couple that we've had on, the Phoblis devs and Hellfire Studios as well. And you can see when the two people talk that there is a kind of synergy there that is beyond just kind of, work colleagues and stuff like that. But you said that you wanted it to be... Sorry, you wanted it to be procedurally generated so that it doesn't end. I'm not a game developer, and neither are my colleagues. How does making something procedurally generated work? How is it created?
Barely works. Well, there's many different ways, and trust me, I've approached all of them, and I've kind of stuck to. A lot of it is first off, this designed to some extent, and then the modulation is there's been a lot of games, not naming names, that have been really bad procedurally generated levels, and there's also been games that have been really good procedurally generated levels, and they're all different takes to the method, and they're all different outcomes, obviously. The layout, for example, is kind of like Isaac. Binding of Isaac, there's you got a room, you got 4 doors, you got all the connections in between, and it's kind of built more like I'm not sure. There's a documentary about how Spelunky was made, and that's a good one. Yeah. It's using chunks, but the chunks are the rooms. The hard part is, it's getting all the rooms to layout without it being boring, just completely connected together, and there's corridors between them all. The corridors can't be too long, and they can't be overlapping, and there's a lot of opportunities for things to not work.
Okay, it sounds very complicated. You did say that there were things that had been slowing you down in regards to the development of it, things like GPU instancing the bugs and learning dots and that sort of thing. What sort of what is your process in terms of how you overcome them? Do you just like make a list of the things that need to be worked on and handle them one by one, or does it keep evolving as you go along?
No, I get frustrated at all this such, and then I just keep going at it till I figure it out.
Yeah.
And no, that's not the best way to do it, but that's usually the best way for me to get things done.
Yeah.
Sounded like you were. Oh, sorry. Good. No, you're good. You were mentioning something that actually sounded like a good lead into the that one problem you were having with the vertex manipulation for corridors and the verticality. Does that sound like kind of what you were leading into?
Yeah.
Before we ask you that last question.
I spent the last 3 months, 3 weeks. I spent about 19 hours a day working on it.
Yeah.
And I still haven't quite got it there, to the point that it's gotten so expensive to generate that I'm probably going down the wrong direction. But it's like I don't want the entire level to be all flat. I want it all to have a bit of variation, a bit of verticality, but to generate and to pathfind between all potential entrances, exits, doors at 2 dimensions is hard enough as it is, but adding a 3rd dimension has proven to be very difficult. And I figured that keeping it in 2-dimensional, but just adjusting the height and having it like essentially slope up and slope down, so I can have a lower level door and a higher level door, for example, and having the paths just like kind of blend together for that would prove to actually work out. And that required me to learn how to do like raw vertex manipulation for all vertices within these areas and all that, and it's just way too expensive on the system just to load a level.
And that had a lot to do with this. You were mentioning flow fields earlier too. I'm assuming that relates to the pathfinding through all those different areas.
Well, my goal is right now, I got the thing laid out. I have so far got a pretty darn solid. I had to redo the entire level generation. As bad as having to throw all the work on the corridors because it didn't run smoothly.
Yep.
But that's all set up properly. There's some downsides to it, a few issues, but all in all, it seems fine. But I'm using this as well to use the flow fields between here and there and wherever, because instead of having each individual enemy use an AI and their whole thing to figure out where they are going, where they want to go, the world itself determines where they're going and where they want to go.